Hey, peace, world. I was trying to, realizing this is a big boxing weekend, tons of, fights on all three cards, like I mentioned earlier in the week. I was trying to come back and do some predictions. I don't think I've really done many predictions lately. But quickly on the schedule, noon noon is Dorticos and Brightest, the Zone, the finale of the cruiserweight division, Muhammad Ali Trophy World Boxing Super Series. 2:30 is uh is the damn the ESPN Plus with Josh Taylor against Konsong. Um, you know, I just think he's tough. He took the power from Regis Prograde really well. If you look at the records of the guys that he's fought when he fought them, what their records were when they fought, um, he's fighting some stiff competition, man. And I think Konsong just I don't have much familiarity with the cat. I just saw him knock somebody out flat on their back, but it was someone in his native land or something. So I don't know what I don't see. Honestly, I just don't see the undisputed fight getting messed up with this particular match. With the matchmakers at Top Rank and whatnot, I can't I just can't fathom that happening. Um, and then we have the big one at 7 o'clock, Showtime pay per view with the Charlo twins, Jamal versus Sergey Derevyanchenko, the middleweight, the middleweight WBC middleweight champion. That's the first portion, intermission, and then on the second portion is Jermel and WBC champions, super welterweight champion Jermel and Jason Rosario. I believe he's WBA and IBF champion. Wanted to get to my prediction on that. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I don't really have a clue. Well, let me back up. My concern is just, will this event be supported? Looking at the numbers from Showtime's card this past weekend, headed by Erickson Lubin, a WBC super welterweight eliminator, Erickson Lubin versus Terrell Gachet. Jerron Ennis was in the opener, King Tug and Kobe Abriti. To hear that peaked at 155,000. I think the average was 122. I want to say, you know, it's a little. That's a lot disheartening. That's really disheartening because I feel like people are a lot of the providers and the organizers are putting forth a good effort under the circumstances that we're in, and I don't feel like the reception is there, and it could be a lot going on. Um, I don't feel like Showtime's boxing crowd is really responding to what's being put out there. They have invested heavily in the super welterweight division over the past 3 years, and so 155. That was during, I believe that peak happened during the King Tug fight, and it's hard for me to argue that the criticism of Lubin and Gachet. I mean, because once it got to round 4 and 5 and 6, and there was no increase, you know, and this is where MMA. I think it's where MMA has helped out, man. Very rarely do fights just go into a lull and just linger like this. But anyway, so it just has me questioning, like, what's going to be the buy rate for this, and Saturday night, early Sunday morning, is it going to be a large number of us excited, about boxing and what we saw, what happened? Getting into the predictions, as I was going to say, man, I don't have a clue. Derevyanchenko and Maul's competition over the last 18 months, just it isn't stellar. Um, we know he had the tough fight with Korobov. I think he rocked Korobov late. He was getting ready for was it Wade? I keep forgetting to look this up. I was at a well no. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I know Derevyanchenko's fought Jacobs and Triple G. He gets knocked down early. He's more of a technician, volume guy. I think there could be some trouble if he squares up and stays squared up too long in front of Jamal. I think both of the brothers, man, it'll be interesting how their emotions, how that meshes with the environment being crowd free. Jamal has the benefit of, I think, going against a tougher challenge first. Him being the main event of the first portion of the card. Maul can punch. He can be explosive. I think the longer the longer he has the box, the more concerned I could get. But what I don't like about Derevyanchenko's chances are, I just think he has bad tail of the tape numbers for a middleweight. They did the stare down today. I can finally see the size differential between the two men, and I don't know, man. I got a feeling Jamal pulls out a win. I don't know if it's a stoppage. I didn't like where the comfort that I got from him with this fight. He couldn't give us much a couple of weeks ago in the e-conference, the Zoom with the media availability that they had. I kind of didn't like what I was hearing. He was all pent up and frustrated. Couldn't really speak on, not the way that I like to hear from a fighter. He just said he wanted to fight, and he's supposed to be better than me. People doubting me. I don't have a clue, man. I think if it goes to a decision, I think he might edge it out. It's very difficult for me to see a knockout here. Both men have been out of the ring for a while. It's just so many variables that I can't put a finger on it really. Getting over to I'm kind of taking Jamal by default, to be honest. Derevyanchenko seems to be pretty confident and comfortable going into this thing. Rozier's in his corner. Ronnie Shields is in. I honestly don't have much, man. I could see it going either way. I don't think I can see Derevyanchenko stopping Jamal. So I don't know. I'm just like default A-side guy. Going to the other fight, the main event of the second portion of the card. I think the second portion is better. I believe Daniel Roman and Payano are on that portion. And then I think Neary and Alameda is on there. Casemiro, I think was on the first portion. I want to see Casemiro. I want to see more of him. So I'm excited for that. And that's why before I heard and saw the numbers from Gachet and Lubin, I was thinking this card really provided great value. Then I saw the numbers. I'm thinking about the economy. I saw something on the airline industry today, $28 billion bailout. Where are people with inviting a bunch of people into their homes to pay for this? And then I just kind of put a funk on this for me. Looking at the fight, though, Jermell versus Rosario. Again, what I did like about Jermell was he was very complimentary of Tony Harrison for giving him the looks that he got from him in those two fights. And I thought he was kind of like out of... I thought tactically like he didn't have anything else in his bag to go to other than effort against Tony Harrison. I don't see Rosario being that complicated, that sophisticated of a fighter and a boxer to I mean, but he has power though. Good size. He probably be really big on fight night. Rehydrating and whatnot. His training camps have stepped up. Errol Spence mentioned something about he showed up to the e-conference with the designer shades, and I picked up on that when I was in the media availability, and I'm like, what's going on here? I do think he benefits though from getting that upset. I think he's more confident. Like you said, there's more organization, more preparation coming into these fights. So I think he's a more confident fighter. I just think this is gonna break out into a fight, maybe around the third or fourth round, and then we get a fight, and we just see who can take what. He's talking about showing that he's a lion or an animal, a beast, a savage of sorts, versus Jermell and his lion. Their lion's only theme, or lion theme. So I don't have a lot of confidence in this one either. But I just think to this point, Jermell has been the better guy. I think he was more. He sounded in a better place. Again, what's the energy level in this environment? And I was likening both of the Charlos to I look at fighters as like running backs sometimes, and vice versa. I look at running backs as boxers in a way. Maybe that's weird, but they remind me of another dude from Texas in Adrian Peterson. Peterson is not the he's a foot in the ground guy and change a direction, make one person miss maybe, and then run angry and punish people. And I think both of these guys will be looking to get into a fight versus sitting there and being, boxing and being tactical all night. And so, like I said, in this one, third, fourth round, I start seeing a fight breaking out. Because I haven't seen anything to Rosario to show him, by moving, changing range, getting inside. I haven't seen all of that out of him. I haven't seen him, the Jamonte Clark fight, the Loach, the loss to Gallimore. And that's the thing, man. All of these dudes have a little bit of flaw to them. I've seen the Charlos outboxed, and kind of knotted up in terms of solving the puzzle in front of them and whatnot. And that's what I think the intrigue here is as a fan, is like one way or the other, we get to know something at the end of the night. It's 5 titles, I think, up for grabs here. Like I said, to get eyes on Casemiro, see what Danny Roman is doing over on the PBC side. Brandon Figueroa at super bantamweight. What's he about? So I thought it was good value here, man. I wish I could say something more definitive, but I just don't know. I mean, Rosario is an X factor at 154, and I'm always cautious, man, that I don't know what the hell was going on with J-Rock. We get here though, and could Rosario be what we thought he was? It was, as soon as he knocks out J-Rock, everybody is he's this and he's that and blah blah blah. I don't know that. I just don't know that. And I want to see the Charlos do well and realize all of the goals that they've put out there and whatnot, just for them. But I can't say that they're the face of boxing or anything for me. So like I just wanted it to be a great boxing night. I've mentioned before, I'm a Showtime boxing and Showtime World Championship boxing fan. So that's really where I am, man. I just got the Charlos winning kind of by default. I'm gonna leave it at that, man. I'm not trying to get out in front of my skis. Hey, my name is Wood. Don't let them count you out. Pay me no mind, sports and entertainment. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Enjoy the fights this weekend, whether or not you catch it on DAZN, ESPN Plus, or plop down your $74.99 for the Charlo twin experience. Peace.